Hi everyone, this video is about the placement of Saturn in your natal chart. You need to know your exact time of birth in order to know whether or not you have this placement. Now, Saturn, the planet of responsibility, being put in the 4th house, which represents family, it's really just a heavy sense of duty and responsibility when it comes to your family. And it's so weird because it's like the day you came out of your mother, it's like, hey, welcome to the world, we need your help. So you kind of feel responsible for the rest of your family throughout your entire life. And it's really nice that you have that loyalty to them and sense of obligation, and you want to help them. Like, family is very important to you, but for whatever reason, your family, especially the people who are older than you, they needed your help. Maybe they're too lazy to work, maybe they have some kind of disability, or maybe they're just really irresponsible and they make bad decisions. And you're expected to take on the weight of your entire family, and a lot of times you end up becoming financially responsible for your parents, like even when you're only in your 20s, and your siblings as well. It's like you're expected to do everything for everyone. And at first you don't really complain about it. You're happy to help because they're important to you. You love these people, right? And all you've ever known is that they need you. And you wanted to dig them out of whatever hole they got themselves into. But there comes a point where you crack and you just realize how ridiculous it is and that you can't keep taking care of everyone in your family throughout your entire life. And maybe they just sit there and they're like, oh, but you're more responsible, like we need you to help us, like we know, we see you have all this potential and we can't do anything, you know, we're just couch potatoes, wallflowers. Like, they somehow think that you are more capable than they are. So they use that as an excuse, and as much talent as you have and as much potential as your family sees in you for you to have this placement, like, it's really like they kind of put you on a pedestal, but not a pedestal like you can do no wrong. It's more like a pedestal like, oh, you're so talented, you're so hardworking, like, we know you can, like, save us from our financial crisis. But then if you don't save them, it's just like, maybe you disappoint them a little bit. Maybe they get annoyed with you at first because they don't understand. I mean, the way you see yourself is that you're supposed to help them. You can bring them stability. You can secure their lives. And that's what they see in you too. That's what they instilled in your brain while you were young. Like, maybe you had younger siblings that you had to help take care of. You just had like a little bit more responsibility than most kids have, but we only know our own lives. Like, we don't, whatever we grow up with is just normal to us. We don't know anything different until we eventually talk to other people and realize they didn't go through the same things that we went through. I mean, when you're a kid, you're not the parent. It's not your responsibility to take care of anyone else, or at least it isn't really meant to be. It's very good that your parents raised you to be hardworking and you had these chores and things that they wanted you to take care of, and they taught you good work ethic. Good work ethic. They taught you good work ethic. But it becomes a little bit too much. It becomes excessive. And maybe it's stuff you really can't blame them for, but you at least need them to understand that you're not Hercules. You don't have like some kind of super strength where you can just carry the weight of the world above you and keep everyone else up, because people do take you for granted over time. And if you let people guilt trip you and tell you that you owe them something and make you feel like there's something you have to do for them, that is manipulation. I mean, where you have Saturn, you're already taking on more responsibilities. Like, that is that is your heavy load that you're dealing with. Like, you're already very responsible for your family, and you don't need to be any more responsible for them than you are capable of being. And it is okay when you have to say no to them and be like, hey mom, I really can't keep paying your hospital bills. Like, I know you want to help her. I do. And especially if it's really a crisis where it seems like there's no way out except for you to help them, like, there's always another way. And they might criticize you at first when you tell them that. They might think it's unacceptable or interpret it as you just don't love them enough or something along those lines. But really, it's not that you don't love them, and you need them to understand and view you as a human with faults. It might be scary at first to risk that rejection from your family because you really don't want that. You want them to accept you. And in a sense, you feel trapped by that. You feel weighed down by it. You have to be the person that they want you to be. And you are going to try and please them. When you say no at first, they might get mad. But I think eventually they will understand. So you just have to get over that initial fear of being like, hey, I can't handle this. Like, I can't handle so much stress taking care of everyone. I mean, if you stick with them, financially supporting them forever, then you're never going to have the opportunity to have your own kids and your own family. And everyone deserves that. You're always going to feel like the idea of having your own family is such a burden. And of course you feel that way because no one wants to take care of their mother and a baby. Taking care of someone else is so hard as it is. And you're waiting for that opportunity where you can feel young and free. And you might find your escape even just for a night. And if you come back and your parents criticize you for it, you know what? You deserve it. You deserve to just not have to worry about anything, at least for a little while. You deserve a break. We all need to unwind. And you might feel like you have to wait until some point where you're not taking care of your whole family before you can really get that at all. And once you get that relief, I'm sure you'll decide that you do want people to take care of, and you'll be able to appreciate it in a different way. Because I know you value your roots. You value the strength of family and where you came from. It's very important to you. Like, you're not going to turn your back on them. You're not going to disrespect them. But you should be able to kick back and enjoy your family. You shouldn't have to be working for them all the time. Because maybe when you try to relax around them, you try to sit on the couch and watch TV with them, they command you to go get something for them. They boss you around like you're some sort of maid. And they have respect for you because they see that they see your strength. They see a lot in you. And they respect you for that, but they need to respect you as a human. I think you have the ideal that family should be something you can turn to. You can look to them in times of trouble, and family will be there to support you. But I think you need to make sure that it's going both ways, and it's not just you taking on the burden for your whole family. And they need to be there for you, too, when you need them. Because otherwise you'll just get sick of them and the relationship will go sour. And I don't think that's what anyone wants. Your mom doesn't want that. She doesn't want to have a nasty, stale relationship with you. And you certainly don't want that either. So you just need to make sure that the relationship stays healthy so that it doesn't have to come to we're not going to talk for a long period of time. Overcome the feeling that everything would be chaos without you, because everyone eventually needs to learn to take care of themselves. You know, even if it's not your mother, Even when you're raising a kid, you need to teach the kid to take care of themselves. And maybe the situation's a little bit reversed and you have to teach your mother how to take care of herself. I mean, your family expects you to improve their lives, their image, the way everyone sees them. They want to get more status in the world through you and get out of whatever bad situation they're in that they didn't feel like was good enough. And they pull you at your very core, controlling you in this way, making you feel guilty. And don't feel guilty. You know what? You are going to help them. If you're already an adult, I'm sure you already are helping them or already have helped them. But only do what you can and don't worry about the rest. Don't worry if they put you down and say you're disappointing them. Don't let your family take you for granted, because you never take them for granted and you deserve the same treatment that you give them. Anyway, this is my channel, Wacko Witch Astrology. I put out a new video every Tuesday. I go by a couple different names because Gemini rules my 10th house, and you know, I got multiple identities, so don't know what to expect. Bye! Thank you for watching. It's awesome that you care.